Okay, guys. I've been hearing a little bit of reminiscing from some videos on here. It's like, God, I miss the 90s. And I'm thinking, if we're romanticizing the 90s, I know we're in trouble. But let me tell you a little bit about what I experienced. Because I would have been a preteen and a teenager in that decade. And I will shed some light on what I remember from that time that made a big impression on me, and I'll let you guys do with it what you will. Okay, so let's start with the culture of that time. Culturally, it was not that great. It was a very I'm gonna say hedonistic time. Um, I wouldn't say it's not as bad as now, but it was a very much do your own thing, um, materialism, all of that. And I will say this, I do have one memory that stands out. The male bashing was starting to take effect in this decade. I remember I was at a doctor's office and in a waiting room, and there's like a stack of magazines there. Anyway, so there's a issue of Newsweek on that stand, and the headline that is on there is 10 reasons women are better than men. And I'm thinking, I don't know what I was thinking at the time, but a part of me was thinking, men see this stuff too, and do they just have to go along with it, or what's the deal here? I think I actually did crack that magazine open and read it, and being the age I was, I guess I wasn't really old enough to question it. I kind of just, okay, well. And I remember another time, Time magazine had this issue, and it had a picture of a pig on the front, and their headline, big bold letters, was, "Are men really that bad?" So you could see where we were going with that too. But culturally, I can't say the 90s was all that great. I mean, it was always a lot of drama going on in the news. It was the O.J. Simpson trial was going on. It was Bill Clinton's peccadillos. Every other day there's this new broad that he's getting in trouble with. And then there was that thing with Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan, and another person that made headline news was the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski. And, of course, Ted Kaczynski, in a way, was prophetic. I don't want to get into him here, but since he did all that bad stuff with the bombs. But anyway, back to... I'm trying to remember where I was. Oh, yeah, O.J. Simpson trial. Okay, I got to share this. I think I was in my junior year of high school when this was going on, and the verdict had finally been reached, and it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and so school was still going on. I was taking this bullshit course at the time called Office Practicum. Most of the time I was just sitting in the library. But I think I had to go to the teacher's lounge for something, to give somebody some paperwork. I can't remember. And I was sitting there reading or something, and all of a sudden down the hall, I heard this loud whooping and cheering going on. And I was thinking, what? Was there supposed to be a pep rally today? And I was like, what's going on? What's everybody so excited about? And somebody told me that O.J. Simpson just got acquitted. So Okay, do with that what you will. Anyway, no, it was not an easy time for definitely people like me. I mean, I went to school with mostly the children of neocons. If you didn't wear clothes made by J. Crew and The Gap, you were seen as a nobody. uh, Music was much better. There were a lot of good rock groups, good movies. I was really into the grunge of the 90s. Uh, so, two things stand out in my mind about the 90s in particular that I think are better than now: the economy and technology. I remember I first discovered the internet in 1995. And that was the time you had to be at home or you could be at the library. Smartphones, cell phones, none of that was around. The internet was such a great tool at that time. We didn't have social media. You could be more authentic. You could find your tribe. So my God, the internet in the pre-social media era was a wonderful time in a way. And the economy. Oh, it was a lot easier to get a job. You millennials that were born in at least the late 80s don't know what you missed out on. Probably the last chopper out of Saigon. If there ever was one last decade where you could make it, you could maybe achieve the American dream, I'd have to say it was the 90s. The effects of NAFTA hadn't kicked in yet. There are still plenty of jobs. People in my social circle, a few of them were the type who couldn't walk and chew gum straight. All of them had jobs. So that's what I miss pretty much about the 90s. The economy and the kind of technology we had. So, but everything else, a lot of trashy, hedonistic. Wasn't as bad as now, I will say that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So anything you want to add? Anything you want to comment on? Please let me know. Let me hear from you. What did you think of the 90s compared to now? What memories stand out to you? Okay, over and out.